their foot on the pedal and just went hard, evening it out to 5-5, and then getting 3 more points on the board in the end. So there we have it. 8-5 Empyre. They are going to be 2-1 up in this series. We're heading to throwback hardpoint, potentially the last map of the series. And if it's anything like the last hardpoint, it's going to be a very quick game. Yeah,
definitely. I feel like, you know, now the momentum has definitely swung back in Empyre's favour. That map was Validate's for sure for 9 minutes, basically. And now they're going to pull away. I feel like this is going to be, you know, just as comfortable as the first one, if not more comfortable. They're going to be so fired up. And the other team's going to be so demoralised that, you know, we were one S&D off, you know, knocking out probably one of the highest rated competition at this event. And not just that, I mean, throwback, it's going to be a very small sort of chingy map, I guess. And, you know, every single one of the players on the Empyre squad pulls out an SMG quite often. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're just going to play in-your-face, aggressive, no holds barred, anything, just no respect sort of Call of Duty, and just get in the face of Validate and try and close that one down as quickly as possible. But, you know, all Validate can do really is hope and pray that they make it to that Crusher Search and Destroy. If it gets there, honestly, I can imagine that Validate goes through. Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, their S&D looked a lot better to me, and I feel like, you know, if Empyre do manage to lose this map, which is basically their map for the taking, there would be, you know, on a pretty big tilt. Yeah, I can imagine, man. Empyre, if they lose this one of their best game modes, probably is their best game mode from what we've seen so far. Today, at least, you'd have to question their ability to get back into that search and destroy. So, got a lot of work to do ahead, though, Empyre. They're not 100% in the clear as of yet. As you can see here, rig draft, everything set standard as usual. This is, of course, Call of Duty World League presented by PlayStation 4, coming to you live from the Crown Conference Centre in Melbourne, Australia, for the CWL Melbourne Last Chance Qualifier, where the top 2 teams will make their way to CWL Championships at the end of August in Orlando, Florida. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 teams booking their tickets to join Mindfreak on the Asian Pacific squad to COD Champs, the Asia Pacific region. So here we go. Throwback hard point. Is this the only map that is in every single game mode? I'm not too sure. I think it might be. S&D, uplink, hard. Yeah, it is. It's the only map. Let me just go through. I don't think any other map does every single game mode. So there you go. That's the thing that I pulled out of my. Yep. As we go into this. Where'd you pull it out of? Nowhere, man. Out of my PlayStation controller. Fair enough. Yeah, that's where it came from. Sure. That's the thing. I pulled the plug, man, and it just popped out. A little bit of a... It popped out. Juicy info, man. Juicy info, okay. Yeah. I'll take your word for it. Do you want the juice or the... what's the other one? I don't know. Juice or the squeeze? Is the juice worth the squeeze? I don't know, man. What are you saying? It's some Drake lyric or something. I've got no idea what you're saying. I don't know. You lost me. Man. I lost myself. I need to go on one of them, like, international trips and find myself, man. Do it, mate. Qualify. Next year. Qualify for COD Champs. I mean, you know, if Yoshi can continue competing on that Sydney 2 roster, he might have got carried to Champs as well. So, you know, there's always that. You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Yeah, man. No, Yoshi's a beast. I don't know if he's here yet. Should be. Little scrub. Oh. Oh. He gets it. Comes from a place of love. So it's like Mr. Game 5 to you. Thank you. Mr. Game 5. If he was playing in this grand final on that 10-1 roster and he goes to Game 5, you already know he's going to Champs. Yeah, 100%. For sure. They might sub him out for Excite because, you know... Excite, not Yosh. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Yeah. We'll get into the game. We're getting into the business. Here we go. Yeah. Business end of this series. Potentially last map here. It is going to be a hardpoint throwback, and we have Validate in a awkward sort of situation. They're going up against Empyre in their best game mode. Meanwhile, Empyre, they're in such a great position to take out this series and move on to potentially be facing either Taboo or SYF later on in the day. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Maka starting things off early, but he's going to get dropped by Fate in a sneaky little position on the bridge, on top of the trains there. Perko now coming in for a kill. Might find another one around the corner, mate. Scrism way too strong in the end there.
Now he's going to be able to continue on, stay alive, secure the position, get 100 points for that, and a second one. So he's on a 3-kill streak and has got 100 points from being on the hard point. Now 25 points away from that Scarab, already a quarter of the way to his FDL jump. A great start for Scrism.
Yeah, he's playing on fire right now. He's already very close to building up streaks, like, you know, the proper dominant streaks. He kind of wants to get out of this hard point though, and that's a very smart move. He's going to get really good timing here if he plays it right. He's still going to get good positioning. Oh, does not get the kill there, but, you know, he might get this one here. Doesn't.
Nope.
Fate's just taking them all. Leave something for Scrism, mate. We need those streaks. What are you doing?
Well, he's not been allowed to get a kill, and now he's only got 19 bullets left, so he might need to find an extra weapon to pick up if he wants to stay alive here. He's going to get contested by one, and from behind can't do any more than he's done. But doesn't matter, because Beeston's already set up on the next hard point. There's Scrism, enough of a distraction to stop Validate from getting those spawns, and distract me from watching the spawn kill happen. So I apologize for that. But then, anyway, Fate, he's just sliding in and around, under and over, and getting all the kills. 5-kill streak for the man. Stay alive here, my man. Can't do it, though. Dean, not as slow a start as last time, which is good to see. Gydra just sliding in for a very good kill, but Beeston quickly follows it up with one of his own onto Perko, and the second one onto Gydra, and the third not going to happen, though. Flares and Maka combined for that kill. They needed 2 people to take down Beeston, because that was an onslaught.
It's going to be another one of those funny games. It's already 1/5 of the clock timer actually winding down. You know, there's about 60 points in total only been taken, so only half the time. It's going to be one of those games, I feel like, unless Empire, you know, really break away and take a quick win, we're probably going to see it go down the wire again. The clock's going to run out, because look, it's already starting to count down again.
Here we go, Empire. They want to start and get a good start on this bike path, but Gydra and Maka, they're going to be able to get the kills they needed to secure the hard point for the meantime. Gydra getting naded, heavily tagged as well. Fate with the 2-piece in the background. Gydra needs to stay alive for his teammates. He jumps off the hard point long enough for them to think he's gone off it. And gets the kill as well. Now his teammates are coming in for support from all angles. Gydra, how is he still alive? Finally gets shut down, but Fate, he's going to be the last alive for his squad. Does enough to keep it in the favor of Empire. And his teammates can come and support him now.
How was he still alive? The better question was, where was his team? He's stalled for about 30 seconds and he was by himself against 4 for quite a while there. So, you know, we already see Validate kind of already playing for that, you know, that baseball hard point. Kind of stalling off, and kind of while they're pushing out now, but now they do have the spawn lockdowns. They've done a very good job, and they should get the initial points in. You know, that'll claw back heaps. They should at least get 10 or 15 uncontested points.
Perko, he's going to be first line of defense watching the field. And blue, so if any players come through there, the timing, out of 10. That's not fun, but doesn't matter. 3 players from Empire.
Actually, Flares might get really good timing now.
Look at this. Perko can't do much more with that. Scrism, he's going to drive in there. Flate, last alive for his squad on this hard point. Dean as well, sorry, is in there too. And they've been able to completely break that hold. Validate spawning over at the barn, and that is going to be a longer rotate to get back into this one. Beeston and Scrism doing some work off the hard point, slaying around the hill. You're going to be able to find one more. There we go, Beeston. Very nice shots from him. He's going to get chased down, but he can't get Beeston. Perko. That is a strong kill and a half. 3-kill streak. Finally, Guy just going to do something about it. But Empire, they're about to break that 100-point margin. Fate, you got to stay alive on this hard point. Allow Dean at least to come back into a Beeston and Scrism. Now they're just going to set up and wait for Fate and Dean to respawn here. That's a smart decision. Rotation has been made, and we're back in the middle of the hard point.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the clock's still ticking down because there's no one's in it right now. But it was kind of funny what you saw when Validate was playing it. They pretty much sat in their base until they got pinched, whereas Empire really pushed out. Beeston pushed out all the way in the middle and had so much pressure on them that they were going to spawn so far deep, and they never really got a chance to, contest that baseball high point once they got pushed off it.
Beeston holding pretty strong in the middle of the map here, but finally that's going to be a 3-down. 2-piece from Maka allows Validate to get a little bit of mid-map control, but doesn't matter when Scrism deletes you off the map like he just did to Flares and to Perko as well, and you can hear him if you're in the studio. You'll hear him. He's getting loud, rowdy, ready to go. He's got that FDL as well, and he's only 100 points away from doubling up with the Scarab, but he will get dropped in the end by Flares. But he still does have that score streak to utilize a little bit later on, so it is in his back pocket. Meanwhile, 50 points ahead is the Empire squad. Validate, they've got time to get back into this one. A few more points on the board, and then the rotations are in effect. It's going to be Empire to start things off. Fate with a 2-piece, Scrism and Fate combining for more. Fate not stopping, 4-kill streak right now, and now he's going to be the man slaying around the hill. Every single Validate player is about to cross his path. He's got to be careful, but he's going to have his back turned and get shut down from behind. Unfortunate timing there for Fate, but it doesn't really matter. You've still got teammates in the hard point. Validate, they're going to run in. They're going to slam their way through. Perko with the 2-piece. That's going to shut down Empyre. Now Empyre, they're the guys coming down the field.
Yeah, definitely. They need to claw back here. Validate, that it's starting to get a bit embarrassing, and especially with time clicking down off that overall game clock. As the game gets a bigger gap, and that time clock winds down, all Empyre have to do then is contest, and that's very easily done on this map. 2 out of 4 of the hard points, easily you could just leave open and slay out.
Flares is going to get a 2-piece to clean up the Empyre scum. Not the Rebel scum, man. The Empyre scum.
Is that a Star Wars joke, or was that just
a Star
general
Wars
dislike?
reference. That was a Star Wars reference.
Just double checking.
I got no hate towards anyone here, man. Empyre is a very, very good squad. But Star Wars is better than Empyre eSports. Just saying. I'm sorry.
I think I'll have something to say about that. I've seen him looking here.
Star Wars is a good movie, man. Anyway. That's going to be the Scarab coming out straight from Geyser. That's the second one in about 30 seconds. So he's been on a couple of good streaks. Still on a 3-kill streak. Make that 4. No, he just got the assist there. Perko on a 3-kill streak as well. And Validate slowly, inch by inch, they're clawing their way back into this one. What was an over 100-point margin is now just a matter of 30 points. And that's only half a hard point to worry about. Fate doing some solid work around the hard point, jumping on it for once. He's actually got the most time on the hard point for his team. Meanwhile, the man leading the time stats is Perko for Validate. Here we go though. Fate just sliding around, hipfire killing everything in his path. 125 points away from getting his Scarab again. As Validate don't have any control over this hard point, but Dean, you got to back off, my man. You don't have the support you need to go up against the 3 Validate players coming in here, and nor do the rest of the Empyre squad, because Validate just shredded them.
This is going to be very big here. There's so much points on offer here for Validate. They can really start to take a lead going into that next hard point hill in the middle and the reset. They're doing really well now. If they start to build up streaks and payloads right for these next few hills, they're going to be in a prime position to sort of take a really comfortable lead.
Flare's 50 away from getting the Scarab again. 3 Empyre players are going to push up here. Flare's been pushed out of that position by the Scarab. He's going to pull his out as well. Ooh. Get a kill with it.
Does get killed.
I think he got dropped by Scrism and then killed Scrism with the Scarab in the end anyway. So
yeah, I think the explosion might have also helped bring his death on quicker.
Yeah, well there we have it. It's going to be Validate now, clawing their way back, but Empyre have been able to get control in the dying moments of the baseball field hard point. So we're back in the middle of the map. Still a long way to go before this game is over. It is a close one, as you suggested. Fate, 28 kills, 3 kill streaks. Centurion available, dead. Beeston, he's got 25 kills and some reactive armor. Meanwhile, every single payload available on Validate, as you can see in the top right-hand side of your screen. They are all working as a team. I don't know, Validate, they just seem to be doing quite well in this hard point, and they've got all of these payloads available. They could potentially do some of organized, I don't even know what, that just is something new we haven't seen. Not often do you see a team wait until everyone has their payload to then be able to use them all in conjunction. So I'd be surprised if that's the case, but maybe they've got something up their sleeve.
Yeah, I feel like, especially on the side of Empyre, they're not going to lose off the next hard point. They're going to save it for that baseball and that make that their money hill, but if Validate don't break it over here and take this next hard point, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to have to pretty much burn them here, because otherwise they're not going to get another chance. So we're going to see. Yeah,
well, here's where you use your payloads, surely.
Yeah, well, they've got 4 and Empyre only have 2 left. There's a real good chance they can start to pile these on and build on some really good points, but they're running out of time. They need to really get in this hard point right now.
Fate is going to be first line of defense at the hay bales. Dean is helping out as well. Fate just barely escapes with his life until he does end up getting shot around the corner there. Beeston, he does want to stay alive because he's in a sneaky situation. And now he's been allowed to have his Empyre teammates respawn around him. Scrism still on the hard point, playing solid objective work. Destroys a player through the door. That's going to be Maka out of action. And maybe turns on the second. Not going to happen, but Fate, he's still there. Flares is going to go down. One more pushes in that Skydra. Beeston will clean up that kill. And a second on Maka. Beeston getting very loud and vocal. 31 kills for the man. 2 kill streak as well. As we'll now be looking to the rotation. It's going to be Lower Street and Empyre. They can win off this. 5 seconds remaining. Not a single Validate player in sight. And here we go. Empyre, they're moving on in the lower bracket here. Validate See ya fudging later. That is it for them. They're going to be heading home. But this Empyre lineup, they've got a chance now to play either the winner of Taboo or SYF. And then if they win that, they'll play the loser of Mindfreak Tainter Minds.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I felt they put up such a good fight, and then they just let that barn hardpoint slip out of their hands, and then they're obviously are now eliminated in their weekend, their game, and their
Infinite Warfare career is over.
That's yeah, their campaign for Infinite Warfare is basically done now.
Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen.
On the other side, Throne go through another one.
Yeah, Empyre still in the running. They've
Empyre,
got two. They literally have 2 series to win to get to COD champs. I mean, Naked, like your experience, how many times have you been 2 series away from going to COD champs and just been scared shitless that you're going to not make it?
I haven't played in the loser bracket in the COD champs qualifier before. We usually qualified through the winner bracket.
Even winner bracket, like you'd be, you know, 1 series away from the qualification match. You know you've got that coming up.
Oh, I don't even know. It's, you know, you got to win every game. That's it. You put yourself in an unfavorable position. You're going to have to keep winning. Well,
there you have it, man. Naked never lost. He's that good.
I never made it to the loser bracket. I did lose.
Where we go. Well, it's going to be Validate going home. A couple of highlights from that last map.
I'm pretty sure if we had a statistic, it would show that Empyre pretty much got a majority of the barn hardpoint for, you know, all 2 or 3 rotations. I'm fairly sure they got. It would be easily more than triple or quadruple the amount of time that Validate got, because I feel like that was the difference. Validate probably won all 3 other hardpoints at times. Maybe not the baseball would have been about even, but they definitely won the middle hardpoint and the last hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean that middle hardpoint's the third round around English can't do it. The third.